Hi guys, my name is Trin, and today I'm here to do a Blood Promise live show with my fellow co-hosts Tiffany and Sandy. So of course, real quick, we're gonna do a basic introduction. So everyone here, obviously, what am I saying? We all have read the book. So of course, some basic questions like introduction, like your name, your what you call it, YouTube channel or Instagram, and then first time reading the book or reread, but everyone here has reread this book, so we can talk about that. And then your thoughts on the book, spoiler free. And then after that, we're just gonna jump into the spoiler section. So Tiffany, you can go first.
Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany from the channel and Instagram account Read by Tiffany. This is a reread like all of us, and I had so much fun reading this book. We get to meet one of my favorite characters, which we'll probably talk about later, and the world expands, the magic expands. I had so much fun. Can't wait to talk about it.
Sandy?
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Sandy from the channel Sandy Reads a Lot. And this is also a reread for me. I think when I first still had a lot of fun reading it, and I enjoyed the academy itself, and obviously seeing the magic expand and the world expand. I really love that as well, too.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Trinh. So you're on my channel, Transformers. So this is my second time reading this book. The first time was back in 2015. My thoughts on this, like spoiler free. I don't know. I feel weird with this book because it's like at times I enjoy it, but then at times I feel like it just dragged on. So when it comes to Rose and Dimitri's relationship, sometimes it was just like too much of a roller coaster. And I'm like, after this book, it makes me realize I don't care about the relationship that much because like we spend a majority of the time complaining about the relationship. So like with this book, I'm like, I guess I like it, but at the same time, like I'm not invested. I actually like the other like storylines when it comes to this book, like Lissa and like this other girl. And then I also like the first half of this book a little bit, which is surprising because it was kind of slow, but we get to see Rose going to another country and just meeting new people. I like that whole thing because I don't know, it's very different, and I don't know, I like it. I like it, but yeah, this book was too long at times. It dragged on a little bit, but I don't hate it. I enjoyed this book.
I didn't realize how long this book was. This book is 500 pages.
500 pages, yeah,
I was like,
long.
But yeah.
Yeah, it, like with each book in the series, it's gonna get longer. So like, cannot wait to read Last Sacrifice. I think it's probably like 600 pages. I cannot wait for
It'll
that.
be great. It'll be great.
Oh yeah, I wanna. Did you guys say your star ratings when it comes to this book?
I said 4 stars.
Okay.
It's like 4 to 5. Like realistically, it's like not a 5 on my current scale of like rating, but I think on Goodreads I gave it a 5.
Were you like, you know what, whatever, I'll just give it a 5 for funsies?
It's probably like a 4 or 5, like 4. Yeah,
I gave this I think a 3.5 stars. Sometimes like my star rating is so bad, but sometimes I'm like, you know what, this makes sense, even though it's like a half star rating. It's confusing. I don't know. At times I'm like, yeah, this feels like a 3.5 out of 5 stars kind of book. So that's my rating when it comes to Blood Promise. Okay, so now we're just gonna jump into the spoiler section. We're gonna talk about everything that happened in this book. So if you have not read this book, then of course don't watch this live show because we're gonna spoil everything. But if you have read this book, then of course please stay so we can discuss what happened in Blood Promise. Okay, so goodbye to the people who have not read this book. Okay, leave now. We're gonna jump into the spoiler section. We can jump into like the middle of the book and you will be spoiled, and I don't want that to happen for you. Okay. So
the thing is, like, I recognize everyone in the comments, and I was like, we've talked before. You know the drill. I'm so excited to chat with you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the spoiler section. What should we talk about? Hi everyone. The live chat. Yeah. I said group chat in the past, so I have to correct myself.
We can start off with like Rose and Dimitri because I feel like that's like the main point.
Yeah.
But
yeah, says, yeah, Dimitri is fine. I don't hate him, but it's just like it's him, but like moody, because he's a strigoi. I don't know. At times he's just like, Rose, come on, let me turn you. I'm like, oh my god, get me out of here.
I feel like his character personality did like like a Jekyll and Hyde thing, like completely different, which was kind of, I remember the first time reading, I was like, oh my God, this is so dark and like strange.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, like I haven't read Shadow and Bone, but we were just talking about it. Like that was what I imagined Darkling to be like personality wise.
Yeah. And then as of the family, I actually like the family. I like seeing what's his name? Dimitri. I like seeing his family in like the first half of this book. So that was nice. I will say I cannot name his sisters. He has lots of sisters. I only know Victoria. I only remember her because she was the one who's like, Rose, you did this to me.
Wait, I think I know them. It's like Victoria, Carolina, Sonia,
Mhm.
and I don't remember if there was like another one.
Yeah, so yeah, okay. Everyone just straight up like I don't know. No, but like seriously, I remember Sonia. She was the one who's pregnant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember the grandma because she's such a troll.
When she pretended not knowing how to speak English, that scene when Rose realizes, I thought that was so funny.
So funny, and it's just like the I like her just using her old lady status just to do whatever she wants, like making Rose carrying her stuff, and then Rose cannot complain because it's like, okay, as an Asian person, imagine complaining to an elderly person. No, you get slapped.
You just don't do that. Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, you know what, Rose, don't complain to her. I think occasionally she makes comments, but yeah, I remember the grandma. I like the mom. The mom was cool, Elena, I believe.
Oh yeah,
And
Elena.
yeah, so the sisters, Victoria was the one that makes me a little bit mad because I think she's like pretty young. She's a teenager, I believe, and like she thought that this guy that she's in love with is like in love with her, but turns out he's, you know, a slime. I think he got Sonia pregnant too, but Victoria doesn't know that, so Victoria blames everything on Rose, even though Rose is trying to help her. It was a lot because like at that point I was like, dude, we were going so well. What is this teenage drama? I'm not here for this. But then like Rose left, so that was a little bit sad.
Yeah.
I agree. I really like getting to know life outside of like the academy of like what other potential is there if you're not a guardian.
Yeah, because I think for like we've talked about this, but in the past, like people who are like blood whore or whatever, they're like looked down upon. But Dimitri's family is, I guess, in that category, but they're not horrible people. You know, the circumstances are different, and their lifestyle, their religion, I believe, is a little bit different because in this book, you know, we're in Russia. We're in Russia, right? Oh my god,
Yeah.
We're in Russia, yeah.
it'd be so bad if I say that with so much confidence and I get it wrong. But yeah, we're in like a completely different country. The culture is completely different. Family members, circumstances are different. So I like seeing the family. Like they're nice people. They took in Rose because she was knocked out, I believe, by a Strigoi.
Yeah, by like a fight because I think it was like her and Sydney were like traveling. There was a Strigoi attack, and then Abe drove them to their
Yeah,
house.
Someone Rose always get the blame in other books. You know, yeah. But I still like Rose. So yeah, we talk about Dimitri's family. I guess we can talk about Sydney because we see Sydney in the beginning of
Yes,
the.
my fave.
I will say I did not remember Sydney being like an anti-vampire kind of thing, like sorry, thing person, because she's like all of you vampires are evil, and Rose is like, no, we're not. Dampers are like good people because like we protect the Moroi and all that stuff. But Sydney is like, no, you're still evil. So I thought that was interesting. What was your like reaction seeing Sydney again? Like I know Tiffany was happy.
Sandy, you go first.
Yeah. I really love seeing Sydney, and I honestly was a little surprised that she wasn't like more in the book. Like she kind of like left out of nowhere, right?
Mhm.
Isn't Yeah, so I wish we got to see her a little bit more, but I'm honestly so excited when we get to learn more about her and like the whole alchemy and alchemist world. Like I think that's just so fascinating to learn about, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of this book is just because the potential for the world, like world building, just is so much greater with spirit. And we see like different spirit users. We see like humans who know about vampires. And yeah, Sydney is like one of the main characters in Bloodline. So it was just exciting to see her again because this sets the stage for her character arc. And the thing about like alchemists like don't like vampires, that's like another thing that will come back in Bloodlines.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was interesting because like I believe she briefly talked about her role in this alchemy kind of thing. It's like she's the oldest in the family, so like she carries that. She's the second.
The middle child.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah,
she has like an older sister.
Yeah, she's just like more fit for the alchemy role than her older sister, when it's usually the older child that kind of takes it.
Did I misread that? I thought it was only her and then a younger sister, and that's it. She has an older.
It was like a one-line thing.
Yeah, it was very brief.
Okay, I real quick, I just had this flashback of Bloodlines because I just remember something about the older sister. Wow, I hate it here, but sorry about that. I was so confident. I'd be like, yeah, she's the oldest. No, she's the middle child. Okay, thank you for that. But I remember her talking about how she's like the one who's fit for the job, and she just has to do it. I was like, that sucks because I believe she wants to go to college and just have like a normal life, and like she wants to be a mechanic because of her mom. Something like
she's like. Yeah. I like know too much about her because I like she was like the character I tried to like base my personality off of. Like, you know how people just like hyper fixated on like Hermione growing up? I hyper fixated on like Sydney Sage. Yeah. Like she like in the book it's like she dressed really like plain colors, like monotones. I was like, yes, that is what I want. But she like she's like very stuck in the alchemy life, and then because it's like passed down through family, so it's like parental expectations. Yeah. And then she like wants to go to college or like wants to do all these things, but she can't because she has to be an alchemist.
Let me see. I never thought that alchemy could be a thing in this world, and it sounds so cool. Yeah. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm glad that they explain alchemy in this book because I straight up like don't remember what that whole thing is. But yeah, it was interesting to read this book again and just like get the information again, but from like a new perspective. Because when I read this book, I was 17. I was a teenager. I was young and I was stupid. I'm 23.
You're Rose's age.
17. Oh yeah, okay.
Or 18.
I thought you mean now. Like I'm 23. I was like, Rose is not 23. She's 17. But yeah, it's nice to get the information again. And then I believe it's like their alchemy can destroy Stragoy's body, something along that line. Yeah, because like Cindy was annoyed with Rose killing Stragoy and just leaving them out like that. Honestly, if I was Cindy, I would be annoyed too. I'd be like, bro, can you like kill people or like Stragoy, but in like a discreet way, so I don't have to do like the cleaning up.
Yeah, when Sydney was like talking about that, I was like, wait, if Rose is going around killing a bunch of Stragoids and leaving their bodies around, like, aren't other people like coming across these bodies, or are they like glamored or something? I don't remember.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just weird. I was like, wait, she's literally leaving behind bodies and like not really caring about like trying to conceal all of that.
She's like, oh, I left them in alleys and stuff. And then Sydney was like, okay, but what if someone goes into the alley?
Yeah. I believe it's like, I think it's just up to the alchemists to literally find the bodies and clean them up or whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Sydney again. I cannot wait. Wait, is this the only time we see her in Vampire Academy?
No, but I will not tell you like in what other context. Like she'll come back. I
know. Okay. It's probably the last book, if I am correct. But yeah, I cannot wait to see her again in Bloodlines. There's something that I noticed about her, but I'm not going to talk much about it because I think we can save that discussion. If I'm correct, we can save that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's about food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can talk about that in Bloodlines in the live show because like there's like mention of it, but I'm like, we're just gonna save that for another time. But yeah, it's nice to see Sydney again. I actually want to ask if everyone here, obviously, if you guys have reread this book, what's something that like you totally forgot about, and when you reread Blood Promise, you're just like, oh my god, I totally forgot about that. I'm glad that I am reading this part. I don't know.
Honestly, I completely forgot about Avery's character. So like when she showed up, I'm like, who is this girl? Like I don't remember her at all. And like, I don't know, because she showed up of nowhere, I was a little bit suspicious of her. but I like honestly forgot everything about like her being a spirit user and like being like bounded to two people. Like I completely forgot all about that, and I guess like that really showcases like how spirit is like so much bigger than what we initially think it is.
I forgot the other two, the other person that was like also spirit user, but in Russia, and then that person who was like her husband that she was shadow kissed with. Like, I knew that something happened where like she would help, but then I totally forgot about like that they existed, and also the ring that she makes for Rose. Like, I didn't remember until like the very end when it was in a line where Rose was like, "Oh yeah, like Strigoi touched the ring," and then he was like back to normal for a little bit. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't see that." Like, now I feel like we have foreshadowing going on.
Yeah, I actually remember Avery. I don't know why. I definitely remember the whole battle thing towards the end. However, I didn't remember why Avery is like doing this whole compulsion thing with Lissa. The thing that I completely forgot is actually about Oksana and Mark. And how like Oksana is a spirit user, Mark is her guardian, but then also her husband, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, and they live together and they're like linked like that, basically, like literally linked like that. So it's nice to see them again because I believe the grandma brought Rose to them, being like, you know, you guys are kind of the same. You're a shadow kiss, Mark is a shadow kiss, just talk to each other. And like the conversation where Mark is just like, why don't you just ask Lissa to make the darkness go out of you? I was like, that's a possibility.
Why did we not think about that? I was like,
yeah, like when he said that, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I really forgot so many things in this book. So when he said that, I was like, you know what, that makes sense. Do it, guys. I don't remember if Lissa is actually gonna do it for Rose though. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in like the next 2 books. Yeah. But yeah, it's nice to see Oksana and Mark, and like it's also nice to see Oksana helping Rose at the end with Avery and Lissa thing. Yeah.
That
That was
whole scene
cool.
was like wild. Like, oh my gosh, all these like different spirit users coming together. Like that was wild. I love that scene.
Yeah. I think at the end, if you think about it, we have like 4 spirit users. Am I doing my math correctly? Like Lissa, Avery, Adrian, and then Oksana. Like all 4 of them just, well, actually Adrian comes in last minute and he's like, hey, I'm here.
But I think it's so cool how like they all have different powers that they can do. Like when Adrian was like, how could I like not come? You guys were like, your auras are just like so massive and whatever. And then Oksana can do like the mind reaching thing. So it was really cool.
Yeah, like the mind brushing thing. Like the thing. And then with Avery, I guess we can talk about Avery now. We can just go to that. Yo, this girl. Like I knew
she's unhinged.
I'm like, why do you think this is a good idea? So wait, actually real quick, I wanna talk about, let me see how. Yeah. The comment made by Mark. I have no idea if that's gonna even happen. Like I really don't remember. But if it does, then I'm like, that's great. The thing is, I hope no one will be hurt at the end. Because like I know that Rose is the one who's gonna absorb the dark power from Lissa. So if she cures it out of Rose, like will it go back to Lissa? I don't know. Spirit is so confusing. But okay, we can talk about Avery. Good Lord. Like I'm like, you need to stop. I will say her character is very subtle. Like I definitely noticed Lissa just doing whatever she wants and just not think about the consequences. Like when she kissed Aaron, I believe, in a way she cheats on Christian. I was so mad. But in my head, I'm like, I know Avery is doing this whole thing, but still like it's upsetting, you know, like Christian was hurt. Jill got in the middle of it. Oh, Jill. Anyway, Jill gets in the middle of it and Christian gets hurt. I was upset when Lissa and Christian break up.
Yeah, they're like, I care more about them than Rose and Dimitri.
And they break up in this book. I hate it here. So yeah, Lissa was upset. So like for a majority of this book, we see Lissa being upset on that stuff, but it's because of what's her name, Avery. I'm getting the names mixed up. But something that I noticed is that Lissa, oh my god, I'm getting them. I hate it here, sorry, but Lissa was like, I'm drunk right now because whenever she's with Avery, Avery gets her drunk. I was like, you know what? That's kind of smart. It's evil, but it's smart because then her spirit power is like not
Like
strong.
she can't use it.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we can talk about the scene at the end when Avery is trying to kill Lissa.
Wait, this is a side thing, but one thing I noticed while reading this was like how much fun some of the commentary is, especially being in like either Rose's head. Because I remember that part where she's like, "Okay, like Lissa, I did the spirit struggle. You have to do the physical fight now." And then when I think the line was like, "And then something beautiful happened. Lissa socked him in the nose and like
Yeah.
actually broke his nose." I was like, "That's so funny."
Yeah, I think I see it because like Rose is probably so proud of her, because like Lissa has that reputation of being like a nice and demure girl, you know, who doesn't fight or anything like that. So like, the fact that she's able to like protect herself by punching someone, it's like, you know what, I'm glad you can throw a punch like that. But yeah, like that scene at the end, I was so stressed because it was like one scene after another, like Rose just kills Dimitri, okay? And then next thing you know, we get a scene with Avery and Lissa and Oksana and then Rose. Like the whole time, I'm just like, yo, I cannot take this. This is a lot all at once. But yeah, I was very stressed, to be honest, because Avery is evil, but like a different kind of evil because she's trying to kill Lissa. And of course she's trying to do that is because she wants Lissa to be bound to her. Yeah.
Yeah, like she wants the power.
Yeah, can we talk about that she's bound to two other people already?
That's
To
why
her,
she's like so like out of
yeah,
it because it's
yeah,
too much.
yeah. She's bound to her guardian and then her brother, I believe. I think they talk about how like I forgot which one, but she killed one of them like with purpose. So then,
I think it was her brother.
yeah,
Oh my god.
I know that's so evil. Avery straight up just kill her brother so she can bring him back to life so he can be bound to her. That's so, yeah. So she's doing the same thing with Lissa too. Again, I'm just like, girl, what? Again,
Avery
what?
was just so frustrating because like seeing Christian being so sad was like, God
Yeah.
damn it, Avery.
I remember, I think her father is the new principal of the school.
Mm-hmm.
A part of me is like, is Avery, I guess, controlling her father? I don't know, because at times I'm like, I just don't trust her, and she has very strong compulsion, so you never know. Maybe she can control her father, but I don't know.
Nah, no,
Yeah.
like I don't think he shows up again in the later books, so it's not like a spoiler. But I think it was just like daddy issues.
I don't want to make a joke about daddy issues. So this is not the video. But yeah. I think this is the last time we see Avery because I believe at the end it was said that she is in a hospital.
Like,
because
yeah,
spirit.
like the spirit like breaks her mind.
Oh, exactly, Leah. I feel bad for Christian. We barely see Christian. I think that's why I don't love this book that much. I just realized this. Rose is so far away, and like the usual characters like Adrian, Lissa, and Christian, they're being left behind. Oh my god, can we talk about how Lissa is like? This is sad, but Lissa blaming herself for that whole conversation towards the end of Shadow Kiss, I believe, like the whole being left behind thing, and how she's like angry and mad and sad. That was a whole lot because it was like, oh man, this sucks. Yeah. So, what else can we talk about? We talk about Avery. You know what's funny is that my notes for this book is so short, but like this book is so long. So I'm like, this does not make sense.
I think
I feel
because
like
the book is pretty slow too. So like there are certain scenes where it kind of like drags on and like a good chunk of the book just focuses on like Rose being trapped, imprisoned by Dimitri essentially.
Yeah. Were you guys, how do I say this? Bored with that scene?
I was just like, Rose, get it together.
I think it was like at least 100 pages of her being stuck in that compound with Dimitri, and Dimitri being like, Rose, you should be a Strigoi, and she's just like, no, because she's trying to find a plan to like get out. It was wait. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I forgot about Mia. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But we see Mia again. Yeah, like honestly, that scene also broke my heart because it's like that's when Lisa was like, "Oh shit, that was an option. I could have like provided what you call it, comfort for her. Like I could have helped Rose, but like that's not the case at all. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
what are we talking about? Dimitri? Oh my god.
Mhm.
So Rose and Dimitri. Oh my god, can we talk about the scene that I was actually mad at Rose? I'm always mad at Rose about something. But there's a scene where she sees Dimitri again. This is the first time that she sees him as a Strigoi, and she hesitates to kill him. It's not like like she. I think she just straight up just choose to like look at him one more time before she kills him, and then he knocks her out, and he's like, "Come on, Rose, you should know by now. Rule number one: never hesitate." And then boom, she gets knocked out. I was so mad because she straight up chooses to not like kill him. She's just like, let me look at him real quick. He's so pretty. He's so beautiful. Let me bask in this excellence. I was like mad.
I get that, but I feel like at the same time, it's like to her, he's the love of her life, and like seeing your love of the love of your life turn Strigoi after
Mhm.
like months of not seeing him, it's like that's a shock right there. So I guess she kind of like frozen in place. But yeah, I do get it. It was a little bit annoying that she like froze up like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with Sandy. Like, there's that whole conversation of, oh, sometimes like the people who are Strigoi people, like and love, which makes it so much harder. And then I
Yeah.
thought it was the hostage situation was like I agree with Leah, like pretty creepy, but I think the depiction of like her having that addiction was really interesting because I think this was like my first time ever reading a book with like this is not like addiction prep, but just like the idea of like
Relying
it made sense to me. Yeah,
relying.
like why she was just so not in control of herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I will say at times I feel like her like she gets high constantly. And at times I'm like, oh my god, how will she like break out of this? Because like once she's high, she literally cannot fight. She literally cannot do anything. But at the same time, like her having this need for it, like I feel bad because I'm like she's trying to. It's not like she loves. You know what she does, but it's very tricky to talk about this. But it's her knowing that she should not rely on it, but she cannot help it because it just feels so good. So with that, I'm not gonna blame her. You know, like there's I feel like we can definitely talk about that a little bit because it does deal with addiction, but I don't want to say because I just don't want to say the wrong thing. You know, like I've never
Mhm.
struggled with it, and I don't want to say something that will offend people. So with that, I was like, this sucks, but at the same time, I get why she acts the way that she is. But then eventually she breaks out. She's like aware that she needs to stop relying on it, and then eventually she um breaks out of there. That whole thing was actually pretty good. Like she was able to trick the human, kill the leader. I forgot her name, but like she used to be Dimitri.
Delina?
Yeah, something like that. I will. That whole part was so quick, like the way she killed off that woman, and we never see her. Like, I feel like we've never really seen her. We knew about her a little bit, but still.
I thought it was really interesting, like, and kind of weird and a little. I didn't expect it, like how coordinated like Strigoi worked, like just to be so, I guess, like human and like had those like human thinking capabilities. Because the way we are initially introduced to it in the first few books is like they're just like unhinged monsters. So I didn't like. I guess the third book showed that they are like capable of working together, but like this one was just like they have like buildings and homes and like
Yeah.
had like a mob like I don't know if mafia but like it had like an organization like hierarchy.
Yeah, because like the Dimitri was talking about like if Rose is turned to Strigoi, she and him can like overpower like the leader, and then they can have their own organization run by them or that stuff. I was like, that's a big dream, Dimitri. That's a big ass dream. Let me see. What was she gonna? Oh yeah, she was like so badass. There's a scene where there's a scene where the Strigoi is like ganging up on Dimitri.
Oh yeah,
And
she helps him.
no, she left. I thought she left. She's
She
like, bye.
helps.
Well, she helped him kill Galena,
Yeah, but after
and
that, she
then she
died.
runs. Yeah, peace out. Yeah.
I love that scene because that's me. Like that's me 100%. I'm like, you know what, bye. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. So that part was funny to me. Let me see.
Yeah, I like how she like brought back his first lesson, which is actually to run and not hesitate. If
Yeah.
that's only if she's like outnumbered.
I love that whole advice. Like obviously when she gets knocked out, he said, like the first lesson I taught you, don't hesitate, and then run. She ran. She straight up was like, bye. I'm not doing this. So she ran. I I love that scene because I can definitely imagine her being like, bye. She was like literally halfway out the window, and she's just like, I gotta go, and then she just dipped.
But
And
I also feel like part of her probably knows that like Galena is someone who's like really strong. Maybe she can't like maybe Dimitri can't fight her off, but like the other two, like Dimitri can totally handle them.
Yeah, and then I believe she talked about if I think there were so many Strigoi fighting Dimitri, and she's just like, you know what? If Dimitri dies fighting them, then that's fine with me because I don't have to kill him. But like he still like beat the other Strigoi and then chase after her. So that's nice, I guess.
I think that's one of the main reasons why I was like, wow, this book is so like the series is so great and like underrated for its time. Because like a lot of the topics explored will like continue to expand into the later series and later books too.
Yeah. Like with Sydney and that thing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's like a thing because I kind of remember a little bit. And then also, of course, what you call it? Lissa and Adrian dealing with their spirit power in a different way. Like with Lissa, like she used to self-harm herself. That was so dark. And then with Adrian, he relies on alcohol to what you call it, shut down the spirit power thing, I believe. Honestly, like the more I think about it, the more I don't want to have spirit power because it just seems a lot. It's in a way it's a burden if you think about it. Because like, well, number one, not a lot of people have it, so like you feel alone if you don't know another person who has spirit. But then also the sound effects and like the power and what you, it's just I don't like it. I'm like I don't like this. And then also like, you know, we can talk about Victor. Oh my god.
Wait, we can talk about that later. Yeah.
Like, and then obviously there are people who will use people with spirit power to their advantage. So like we have Victor trying to kidnap Lissa in the first book because like he knows what she can do. So it seems like a burden. I would not want that. I don't want spirit at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I just thought Strigoi just like lurked in the darkness. Like I don't know. Like bats. I don't know where they sleep.
Let me see. And then this one, Rose saying.
Rose's inner monologue is so funny.
Yeah, I laughed too, to be honest. I was like, yeah, that's actually pretty funny.
Just like, I'll join a convent. Wait, just kidding. Maybe not that last one.
Yeah. I remember that. Oh, man. Damn. Okay, this sounds... Real quick, did you guys read this physically?
I read the ebook.
Okay. On Libby, there was an audiobook available for Blood Promise. I will say Richelle Mead's books, when it comes to audiobooks on Libby, is so weird because it's like Vampire Academy is available, Blood Promise is available, Last Sacrifice is available for audiobooks. But I'm here like, you don't have an audiobook for Spiritbound because like we're gonna read that next, and I am so lazy when it comes to physical reading. So I really wanted that. But anyway, there was an
I didn't know there were audiobooks.
There were audiobooks. Actually, I will say the audiobooks is actually pretty good because the way that they enhanced it, like the experience. So for example, whenever Rose is going to Lissa's mind, there's this like sound in the background to make it look to make it like she's not in her body anymore, but she's going to be in Lissa's body. It's a like yeah. So like it's like the little things, and then also when there's like a Strigoi nearby, you hear that sound again because you know how Rose can feel things when Strigoi is near. It's like that when I was listening to the audiobook because it's like really cool, like the way they add sound in the back to make it feel like you're Rose because you can feel the Strigoi coming. So the audiobook is not that bad.
I want to try the audiobooks.
Yeah. So I was listening to the audiobook. Real quick, I got into Animal Crossing like in April. So I was listening to the audiobook while playing Animal Crossing. And I feel like for a good chunk of this book, I was missing out because I was so focused on my villagers than the book. So I was like, oh shit, I need to take notes. I need to like make sure I remember things because I have a live show to do. So like for a good chunk of this book, I'm like, what happened? Like I took notes, I promise. But still, I'm just like, what happened? I don't know. So that was my experience reading Blood Promise. It was kind of all over the place. But yeah, the audiobook is pretty good. Like the way they make the experience, adding the sound effect, pretty good. So I'm kind of bitter they don't have a audiobook for Spirit Bound. Because that book is also like 500 pages, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, there are two things I want to talk about, but I don't know which one you guys want to talk about first. Like Abe, I would want to talk about Abe. And then also like we could talk about there's like pretty good foreshadowing for like they're gonna have to meet Victor again for like his brother, like his half brother who knows about like how to something about like Strigoi.
Yeah.
So we could talk about either one. Like I think those are interesting.
Okay. Wait, are you saying we can choose what we want to talk about? Or like
yeah, like I would want to talk about either of those topics.
Okay. We can talk about Abe. We haven't talked about Abe. Who wants to start? So if you don't know, Abe is Rose's dad.
Did anyone like predict it like in the beginning?
No, I remember him.
Not when I first read the book. Yeah, not when I first read the book. I didn't predict it at all. But obviously going into my reread, yeah, I knew he was Rose's dad.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Daddy of the year. That's so fucking funny. Okay. With my first read, I don't remember if I don't remember my experience. But with this read, I knew that Abe was gonna be her dad. And it's just like the little things that makes it really funny. Like him being scary, trying to scare her out the country. But in reality, obviously, he wants to protect her. So I thought that was pretty funny. Oh, someone says they didn't see that coming. Were you shook? The scarf thing.
I thought it was kind of cool how he's not like a royal, but he just holds so much power.
Yeah, I think like Sydney. I think Sydney's scared of him, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then
because he's like one of those Moroi that like you can't really predict.
I forgot he's a Moroi. Why did I? Because he just does not act like a traditional Moroi, you know. Like he has his own thing, and there's like he has like this kind of reputation of doing like legal things or like illegal things. I don't know.
Like was it like Zemi? Zeme? Like the snake nickname?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, I just know him as Abe, the dad, the dad who's like scary, but then also he has a soft side because obviously like he wants to protect her. Aw, daddy of the year.
I thought it was so funny that when Rose like found out when she was talking to her mom, she was like, "Oh my god, I'm like Zemi Jr. I'm Zemi Net."
I remember that. It's so funny. Man, the more that you I guess recount the story, the more I realize Rose is actually so funny. I don't know why, but like as I'm reading the book, I'm like, yeah. But then when Tiffany says it, I'm like, that is hilarious.
There are like so many lines that I think are just so. There's like we'll get to them like in Bloodlines too, but there's so many lines. I'm like, wow, this line like really stuck with me because it's just like made me chuckle.
Yeah, Godfather vibe. I see it. He does, to be honest, because like with his outfit, I imagine him having like a black trench coat and just being super, and then having two people behind him always, because like he's that kind of person. Like there's a scene where he threatens the guy that's Victoria was interested in and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like at that club place, right?
Yeah. Like it's not a club. It's like a brothel, I believe. It's a place.
Just kidding.
Yeah. I just remember that. I'm like, yeah, because Rose was like, Victoria, this is not a good idea, like, you know, to do this. Let me see. Oh, so yay.
We love chatting with you guys. It's so fun to be able to talk about like the series with a group of people.
Yeah, it's the same people over and over again, and I'm like, dude,
we love you.
Yeah, honestly, we really appreciate people like showing up and just talking about this book. But yeah, Abe, I like him. I'm sure we're gonna see him again if my memory is correct. But in this book, I like him. Honestly, just like reading this book, knowing that he's her dad, I just don't take him seriously because I know his motive. I know he wants to protect her, like not to like scare her and stuff. But yeah, so like Sandy, what did you think about Abe? Abraham, that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him. Again, like you said, we know that he's her dad, so we know that his intentions are to protect Rose. So it was nice to see him again, and I'm looking forward to hopefully like seeing more of him because Rose realized that he was her. Wait, was she like with Abe when she realized that he was her dad?
No,
No,
just
she was back at the academy. She was with her
Okay, yeah,
mom.
yeah.
yeah.
So I want to see like that interaction when she's like with Abe,
No,
knowing now having that knowledge that he's her dad.
yeah. And then also, I believe I know that Rose believed that someone from the academy or like someone from the United States sent Abe out to like make sure that she goes home.
Mm.
Did we ever get an answer on like who Abe is working for, or like he's just doing that? That's like a cover story, basically.
Hmm. Like the mom was like, oh, like he sometimes will do it for other people, but like he will also like take care of like people he cares about, which is like kind of sweet.
He is daddy of the year. The bar is so low. Like honestly, we just want a parent who just care about us. Like that's it. Like Rose. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's nice that Rose knows who her dad is. Because honestly,
Mhm.
if you think about it, it just sucks that like she just doesn't know who her dad is because her mom has never told her.
Yeah,
But
and speaking of her mom, like I really love seeing like I guess like the development of the relationship in this book because obviously they had their issues in the previous one, and now I feel like they've kind of reached this common ground with one another.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad to see, like her mom coming back and just being a parent for her, you know. And then I think she talked about. I think Rose did make a comparison between her mom and then Dimitri's mom as well. So something along that line. I forgot like
Mhm.
her observation, but like I know that she briefly mentioned that.
I
Oh my,
also loved Adrian in this book, even though we didn't get that many scenes with him. He just felt more mature and more like less creepy. Because I think that was like a comment we had for Frostbite.
yeah. Let me see. I like. I think this is so funny. If I'm gonna die, it's gonna be Rose Hathaway style. Yeah, I think I remember that, but the thing is, I don't remember which scene. It's probably like towards the end when like she's fighting with Dimitri, or fighting against Dimitri, or with him. I don't. Oh my god, Abe and yo, that would be cool. But at the same time, like, can we talk about the moment where Rose realized that Abe's her dad, and her mom looks at like she just looks dreamy because like she's.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, ew, that's so funny.
It's also kind of cool because I feel like her mom, we've seen like two sides. One where she's just like that tough guardian, but then also like the caring mom to Rose. So it's like getting to see her be kind of like a teenage girl is kind of cute.
Yeah, like her remembering her thing with Abe. Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, so we talk about Abe. I like him. Cannot wait to see him again. I think I like him. Yeah, honestly, like he never pissed me off. I just find his vibe kind of funny because I'm like, I know your dad. I know you're Rose dad. I know like you care about her when you're trying to be all tough and stuff. Being like, you should go back to United States of America. He's kind. He's cool. I can't wait to see him again. So I think another thing that Tiffany mentions is like the ending when it comes to like Victor and his brother being a spirit user and all that stuff. And then Rose playing at the end, like on the very last page, like when she's talking with Lissa, being like, "We might have to break Victor out of prison." And I'm like, "What?" That was such a leap. I was like, "What do you mean? You're gonna have to break Victor out of prison?" Make it make sense. But yeah.
Yeah, I knew Victor was gonna come back somehow, but I forgot like the context of how, and I'm not happy about this whole thing. Now we have to like see him again.
Yeah.
A lot happens in Spirit Band, if I remember correctly. Actually, like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot wait to reread Spirit Bound. Because in a way, like at the end of this book, there's just still so much left to deal with. Like Dimitri, 'cause he's still alive. Because like obviously he sends her the stake.
And now he's coming after her.
He's gonna come after her, exactly. Rose finishing her high school so she can be like a real proper guardian, you know.
Mhm.
Her and Lisa breaking Victor out of prison, so there's that. So like so many things are being like left unanswered in a way at the end. So I cannot wait to read Spiritbound. It's gonna be fun, I think.
You know who doesn't show up in this book that I miss? I miss Eddie.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about him.
I like didn't realize until I was like staring at my books and I was like, where'd Eddie go?
I love Eddie. Oh wait, I'm pretty sure he's gonna show up in Spiritbound.
Yeah, I think he comes back.
I cannot wait. I actually really miss him. I love him. He was like a soft boy in Shadow Kiss. I love that. Let me see. Really curious to know how everyone feels about the ending and Rose trying to save Dimitri.
It's one of those like, oh my god, like the power of love things.
Wait, which saving are we talking about? Like her like killing Dimitri in Russia, like that kind of saving? Or like another saving we're talking about?
I think bringing him back from being a Strigoi. I think that type of saving.
Got it.
I think that's like foreshadowed in this book.
Yeah.
See, I don't want to say anything because, like, you know what? Anyway, I don't want to say anything, but okay, trying to make him alive again. Okay, I see it now.
Mhm.
I don't know, to be honest, because like if you think about it, the relationship is just so, it's just so much. Like first we have the student teacher relationship. Now we have like her trying to kill Dimitri, that failed. So now she's trying to bring him back. Like it's just so much. And I'm like, see, this is why I cannot be invested in your relationship. It gives me a headache.
I
Instead, I'm just like Lisa and Christian, but they're broken up right now. So what's the point?
yeah, like they better reconcile fast.
And honestly, yeah. I think we talk about that. Like Lisa just drinking and partying and doing and then cheating on Christian. Obviously it's because of Avery, but still I was like upset. And then like Lisa just straight up, I don't want to say she was a brat, but the way she complains when Christian was like, I think it's best for us to break up, and she was just
And the
like,
way she like,
I can do this, all that stuff. I'm like, oh, this is not a good look. 'Cause-
especially when she blames like Jill for telling Christian.
yeah, what's that about? Anyway, Joe, I love Joe. She's how old is she in this book?
I think she's 14.
Wow, I thought she was 9 in my head. I'm so sorry. 14? Okay.
Yeah, she's a freshman, so she's 14.
Oh, okay. No, it's just in my head. I'm just like she
does seem really young though, yeah.
I'm looking at her as like a young person. So naturally I'm like, okay, you're 9 then. No, she's 14. Okay, got it. And then Lisa is probably 17. I know Rose is 18, so Lisa is like
they're seniors in high school.
okay, so like 17, 18, yeah. And then oh my god, Joe, a freshman. Okay, got it. Thank you so much, because oh my god, if I continue to believe that what's Joe is like 9, that's not good. That's not good. So I miss Eddie. Okay, let me see. I feel available. Yeah, me too. I was definitely uncomfortable. I mean, like it's just like him pressuring her to be a strigoi, and her being high and just relying on what you call it, I was gonna say the vaccine. No.
Like the bite.
The bite and all that stuff. Yeah, it was a lot. I put a trigger warning for a dysfunctional power relationship, or a dysfunctional relationship, for this book, because honestly it's just very gross. And I didn't like it. I really did not like it. I felt very uncomfortable. So
It's like low-key, high-key abusive.
yeah, because I believe, oh my god, what was it? I think Rose is trying to like appease Dimitri, and if she does something wrong, I believe he will bite her, or if like, because like she relies on him on the bite because she's addicted to it, so it's like exploitative.
Yeah, and he's also running out of patience too. So like she knows that like if she like there will be a point where he'll turn her no matter what she does.
I think a scene stuck out to me was like he was like, I think Rose like saw what's his name, like Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan like, and then Nathan like tried to like hurt her, and then like Dimitri rescues her, but like the chapter ends with Rose being like, and then she started crying. And I was like, oh, that sucks.
Oh yeah, the more I think about it, I'm like, it's really gross, to be honest. And someone said, I know, I'm a clown. I know. Sorry, I got the vaccine like last week, so I was thinking of that. I was just like the shot, yeah, vaccine. This is what the pandemic has done to me. Goddamn. Okay. Did we? Oh my! I'm so horrible. Okay, so Victor, there was this whole conversation. I forgot the context, but Rose realized that Victor's half brother is a spirit user. There was like a little history lesson with the Dashkov family. So
Mm-hmm. He was like a illegitimate, like the spirit user was like an illegitimate child, and then their like commonality was like Victor's dad, like something Dashkov.
Yeah, I think is that my dog? Yes, it is. Yeah, right here, like on page 462, Trenton Dashkov is like, I don't know. Okay, Trenton Dashkov is Victor's dad. Robert Doru is Victor Dashkov's half brother. So I think Abe told her this. Or no, Oksana and Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were just
but then Abe sends like a letter through Adrian, like a message to Adrian about like
Victor won't say anything unless he's like out of prison.
Yeah, because it was freedom, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really interesting too, because it like shows how Victor knew so much about spirit when it was such a unknown thing at the time.
Yeah, and honestly, now when I finished reading this chapter, it just makes sense that Victor knows so much. It's because his half brother, I believe they were close too. His half brother Robert is a spirit user, so obviously that's why he knows so much. Oh, is Robert dead? He's alive, right? I don't know. It's never like what you call it in this book, but I don't know if Robert is dead or not.
I think it's the assumption that he's still alive, but no one knows where he is aside from Victor.
God, yeah. I'm still mad at him though, because of Natalie. I'm still bitter. Book 1. No, he's like legitimately a horrible father. Like, what the hell? So yeah, and then like we see Abe again. Okay, so that conversation was much needed because it's like it's always, I don't know, Richelle Mead does a good job kind of bringing back old characters. Like, it just makes sense now because it's like we see Victor. I straight up forgot about him. Like in book 3 when he comes back, I'm like, you're still here. We still have to like deal with you. We have to make sure that you're going to trial. Oh my god, it was a lot. And then seeing him again. No, sorry. Seeing him being mentioned again in this book, it just makes sense. Like his relationship with Robert, his half brother.
Yeah, okay. I really like that about her writing. Like other characters will come back.
Mm-hmm. Eddie better come back. And Eddie better come back. I miss him. He was so cute. But okay, I think I crossed out all of the things that we have talked about. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about in this book? I think we cover a lot of things in this book. I think that's pretty good. The ending. Okay, what's the ending? Yeah, it wrapped up. Okay, what's everyone's favorite scene in this book? I don't have one, not yet. So, Tiffany and Sandy can go first.
Probably the fight with Avery. Like when Rose is in Lissa's head.
Yeah, that was really good.
So like, it was one of like the very few like high action scenes, and then like everyone's back together, which was really nice. Especially when like Lissa was like, "Oh, like Rose is back," and Rose was like, "I have to leave," and they're like, "Oh, but I'll be seeing you again." It was like nice, like affirmation of their friendship.
Yeah, I see that. Sandy, you like the fight with Avery?
I like that too. I also really like the fight between like Rose and Dimitri, like when they're on the bridge and all that.
Yeah. That was intense.
That was intense. She was like, "I'm gonna throw myself off the bridge."
Yeah, like she was about to like literally commit suicide, but then eventually she was able to turn around and kill him. Not really, but you know, the effort is there. um my favorite scene, I don't know, there's this one scene towards the end. I feel like the ending was like just nice because like we get to see Rose coming back to the academy and just, you know, I was like, I miss this. So I find that was so rude. I'm so sorry, Tiffany. I'm so sorry.
No, you're so fine.
I'm so sorry, sweetie. Oh my god. Why is my laptop okay, sorry. Sorry about that.
I just like jump very easily.
I hate myself. It's just my phone is connected to my laptop. My phone is on do not disturb, so I thought it would be the same for my laptop, so I guess not. Sorry, someone texted me. I really like seeing Rose having this heart-to-heart conversation with Lissa towards the end, like when she comes back and finally they're both like, you know, like they're best friends. They just don't act like it for majority of this series. So like finally they're like sitting down and then they talk and they just, you know, like Rose tells her everything about Dimitri and how like she's heartbroken that he's dead, but you know he's not dead. So this whole thing, and like, you know, like by then Lissa is going through a lot when it comes to Avery and Christian and Spirit and all that stuff. So like that was nice because I was like, wow, finally we're getting this nice scene of these two best friends just sitting down and talking. So, and I also like when Rose finds out that Abe's her dad, because I thought that was funny, like her, like the fact that her mom's just like, wait, that scarf as Abe's, and then yeah, Daddy of the Year is, there's such a funny description of him. It's so good. Okay, so yeah, Rose and Lissa are reuniting. Me too. I love that. Oh, I like this question. Who was everyone's fave character in this one? And then this, they said it's Christian. I don't know. Favorite character in this book? I think for me it's Abe.
Mine is Abe is funny. Abe is like definitely funny. I think mine is definitely Sydney just because like I know her, and then Adrian too because he like not redeems himself, but he steps up.
Yeah,
I don't think I have a favorite character in this one. I mean, like, I obviously like love, you know, Christian and Adrian, but we didn't have that much of that of their like presence in the book, so I feel like I can't claim that they were my favorite. But I guess like as a side character, I guess I really love the grandma. She was great.
it's very funny. Okay, I think yeah, it's been an hour. I think that's about it. We talk about everything, right? Like I'm making sure that we're not leaving any scene behind. So that's basically it for our live show for Blood Promise. For the next book, obviously, is Spiritbound, the 5th book of the series. I'm actually very excited. As of right now, I'm going through a crisis where I don't know what's my favorite book in the series. And I'm like, I really hope soon I can have a favorite book in the series. So like for me, I have a prediction that Spiritbound might be my favorite book of the series. So I don't like that because now I have a high expectation on Spiritbound, and I that, you know, because like a lot of times I'm let down, and I don't like that. So I mean that's my prediction when it comes to like my favorite book of the series. It might be Spiritbound. We'll let you know in a month with the live show. So as of right now, like you guys please like put it in the live chat. Like, what's your favorite book of the series as of right now? So like if you have reread this book, obviously, like, you know, let me know. But if you've read this series for the first time, obviously we have only read 4 books. But as of right now, like what's like your thoughts on like your favorite book of the series? Or if you don't have one right now, that's totally okay. Because as of right now, I don't have one. I think yeah, you go.
For me right now, I think Shadow Kiss is my favorite. I don't remember anything from Spiritbound or Last Sacrifice, but I just really love like the trials and then like all the action at the very end of the book. That was top tier, really great and emotional at the same time.
Yeah.
Mine is also Shadow Kiss. Like I think like this one was like longer and there was like good stuff, but I just thought Shadow Kiss was just more riveting.
Yeah, as of right now, with our reread, Shadow Kiss, Vampire Academy, Blood Promise, and then Frostbite. That's my ranking as of right now. Real quick, I have this idea for Last Sacrifice. In the beginning of the video, we all 3 can do like a ranking of the books. It'd be fun. So I cannot wait to read Spirit Bound. Then last time we have 2 books left. Isn't that crazy?
It's going by so fast.
It's going by really fast.
Yeah. Obviously the year's gone by very fast, like it's May now. So I cannot wait to read Spirit Bound, then Last Sacrifice, and then Bloodlines. I'm actually so excited to reread Bloodlines. Because seeing Sydney again, I'm like, you know what? I remember a few things here and there in Bloodlines, and I'm excited for Bloodlines. So I hope everyone is excited to read Bloodlines as well. I know that Tiffany loves that series. Come on, that's your brand. Like, like literally, whenever I think of Bloodlines, I think of Tiffany, and like whenever I see Adrian, I think of Tiffany. Your impact. I know. Okay. So, yeah, Leah. Oh, cannot wait to read Bloodlines for the first time. Ooh, it's the first time for me. Yeah, Shadow Kiss is. Yeah, I think a lot of people's favorite as of right now. Okay, that's about it. It's been an hour. It's been fun. Thank you to everyone who has shown up to watch our live show for Blood Promise. Our Spirit Bound live show will be announced, I think, tomorrow or Tuesday. I will. Oh my god! I will announce it on Twitter. So our Twitter for like this read along is down in the description box below. I'll have the links to Sandy and Tiffany's YouTube channels down in the description box below as well. So thank you so much for everyone who shows up. Oh my god, it's really fun. I love doing this once a month. Just sit down and just talk about the book. So thank you. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Get the vaccine if you can. And just take care of yourself, okay? Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.